Ooh, I like this bottom left. Let's start with that nonsense.
Ooh, he wants to start with the nonsense, UD. Do you regret turning down 160
I
chicken
never
strips?
ever got offered 160 million.
Welcome back to the OGs, a Playmaker original presented by DraftKings. UD, season 2.
You already know.
Never seen it coming, dog. I didn't think we'd make it.
Dude, I knew we would make it.
Oh, okay.
I knew what time it was.
Well, I did.
As soon as we got in the podcast game, I knew we were going to be all right. You got me, killer. You can't lose.
You ain't lying.
You want to win, put your D in.
We went to go redo the deal. They said no mic, just UD, but
Cut it
UD
out.
tugged me
No,
along. I
don't do
appreciate that. You've been doing that a long time, Vic.
Just be happy we ain't go with Ebony and Ivory. We've been a laughing stock of the podcast world.
Kind of like that.
We thought about it, though. I ain't gonna. We thought about it, but now for real, thank everyone that listens, man. This is for us to be season 2. We're super excited about all the guests that we had, and we have a special one today. Victor Oladipo, appreciate you coming in, brother.
Man,
One of the best teammates I ever
boys.
had, by the way. That's why I had
Man,
to wear
I
his
appreciate
jersey.
that,
That's
OG, man. You're going to make me blush.
Hey, Vic, it makes you feel any better. I played 37 years with him. He's never worn my jersey.
Just so y'all know.
Yeah, I like that.
Hey, you like that?
That's
You
love.
like that? You like that? So,
One of the best teammates I ever had.
Hey, let's
I
just
appreciate
dive.
that,
Let's just
man.
dive right into that then. Let's just dive right into that. Those years you're with him. Give me some UD story. Give me something.
I thought you was going to ask me to give you some Vic story.
I'm gonna get you. He's the guest. He gets to go first.
I mean, it's so many
Tell the
different
truth, Vic. Don't lie. Tell it. I ain't got nothing to be ashamed of.
I mean, my biggest one in that comes to mind is when he almost killed Jimmy. That one game, but
Oh, the TV joke. The one was on TV.
but other than that, I mean, it was love. You know,
And
Hey,
people
Vic,
don't
it's
Vic,
love. It's from a good place. He come from a good place.
Vic,
Man,
I'm
listen, people
gonna
don't
tell
know
you
me and
something.
Jimmy played cards and drunk wine a day later.
No. You guys are perfect for each other, you and Jimmy. But I'm gonna tell you a funny ass story. I'm actually watching that game, and all I saw was this long, crooked ass finger come through the huddle. I said, you need.
See, why my finger got to be crooked? Why my finger got to be crooked? Everybody know I broke my finger. That what you want to do?
No, that's not a knot. I'm painting a picture for the guests.
That's so
I'm telling you, it's like slow mo. That finger came through. I said, "Boy, I seen that finger a lot. I'm about to whoop someone."
I got a Vic story.
All right, I'm listening.
Every morning he come into practice singing with a bonnet on.
1,000%.
Come in every day, rainy, whatever the day is, he come in with a good attitude and in good spirits. Yeah. I've never seen I've never seen Vic come in a bad attitude.
Locker rooms need that in the worst
Never
way.
seen Vic come in with his head down, frustrated, pissed off about nothing. He coming in, he's got his bonnet on, he's singing, he happy to be there every day.
What got you singing, man?
Wow.
And it's not really out loud, but you hear him humming
Yeah.
to
Well, he was
himself
doing
like,
it. He was doing it here before we started.
Yeah,
So,
he's coming in, he's
I
just
see what
coming in
you're
with that
saying.
good energy every day, dog.
Yeah, man, there's a song for everything, every moment, everything. So for me, you know, I just do whatever makes me feel good. Whatever makes me feel good, listen to whatever makes me feel good. And I try to, and especially in a locker room, like you said, there's so many different personalities, so much going on, different games every year. I just try to be a consistent energy in the locker room. So I just bring the positivity.
Is that something you got from high school? Because we could talk about your high school. We could talk about, obviously, DeMatha and playing with Quinn Cook and Jeremy Grant. And, if I'm not mistaken, my high school was pretty historical and your high school as well in basketball. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get it done.
All three of us got historic high schools, man.
No.
He don't have one?
No.
Oh, historic.
Listen, he played it. Listen, no. That's about all. That's their team right there. that's this whole team. That's their whole team sitting in front of you, Vic. That's it. That's it. Now, he was great. He was amazing. Yeah. But that's it. We had good teams.
Yeah. Okay,
historic team. We all had historic schools,
we had good
man.
teams. But is that something that you took on early? Because when you get to the NBA level, a lot of guys, it's about them. Mm-hmm. And I ain't in the rotation. I ain't playing. I ain't getting the minutes I want. And they come in with a bad attitude and they just energy vampires. People don't even know your first couple of years with the Heat was just rehabilitating and getting yourself back ready to play. Mm-hmm. So to even come in with a good attitude, knowing I got to work my ass off and I ain't going to play. You know what I'm saying? But down the line, just having faith that it's working towards a good cause. Like, is that something you learned in high school?
Man, I would have to say I learned that before high school. Honestly, I mean, to be real with you, whippings was a real traumatic experience for me.
It's amazing how that works, huh?
Whippings.
It's amazing how that works.
So for me, I didn't like getting in trouble. I ain't like people being angry out there. It just wasn't my thing. So I was a very particular in the energy I brought, and I couldn't control a lot of things. Like I couldn't control whether I was playing. I couldn't control, any and everything. But a lot of the players, we share a lot of similarities. You know what I'm saying? And it's not them that's telling me I can't play. It's not them that's not playing me. You know what I mean? So I owe it to them. You know what I mean? Yes. I owe it to you. I owe it to Jimmy. I owe it to guys in the locker room just to be a good person and consistently. You know what I mean? Because, the ups and downs of a year, it could get real crazy and emotional. So, if there's always that one person that come in, you're like, oh man, this again. But he just so happy and it's just love, So I think that's important, man. So I try to be that for everybody.
I think it's a dope story, and it's great for the kids that are kind of going through it now. We talked about offset. The more you know, I didn't even know this. They played him as a 4 in high school.
Yeah, I was.
What?
They only had one offer going to the senior year, which was Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Right? So for all these kids, man, because when you get in the league, you're basically a PG. Yeah. You know what I mean? 1, 2s, 2 1s, whatever you want to call it anymore.
Yeah.
But that's why I like to tell these kids, like, had one offer was Indiana going into the senior year.
That's crazy.
They played him as a 4.
Yeah.
Right, so I guess what I'm trying to say is like that everyone gets there a different way. It's the end that matters, but like I think it's important for kids like just get on the floor.
Yeah.
Right, get on the floor because if you would have been an asshole and not played the 4, Indiana might doesn't offer you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like just putting yourself in the mix. So I think talk about that though, because playing on a DeMatha big time school.
Hell yeah.
And then, going through that and only having one offer and then playing a position that probably wasn't suited for you at the time, but you did it because you had to, and then be the number 2 pick in the NBA draft. So, who's smiling now? And singing. Who's singing now?
Well, for me, I understood early that I had to do whatever it took to play. So, for me, I developed my skills later. So it was just like, all right, well, what do I got to do to stay on the floor? Okay, I got to guard the team's best player. Or you want me to play the 4? Okay, I'll play the 4. You know what I mean? If you want me to clean that up, okay, I'll clean that up. But I just knew if I got the opportunity, then someone would see me from somewhere and believe in my ability. So, but it wasn't easy. And as you get older and you reflect, as I've had time to do, you kind of realize that you got to just play life at your own pace. And comparison is the thief of joy. So if you're going through life and you're going through your development and you're trying to compare yourself to how everyone else is doing it or how this person doing it or how it's going to be tough for you if it doesn't work out for you or if it doesn't necessarily go the way you want it to go. But there's no 2 people that are the same. I'm a twin, and she's not nowhere. She's completely different from me.
And you're a twin.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, like, you just got to play at your own pace and believe in yourself. And then things will work out for you if you really want them to.
Let me run that back for y'all at home if y'all ain't catch that, what the man said. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You understand that? If you don't try to be like nobody else, goddammit. Be yourself.
Hey, that might be a glasses takeoff kind of deal.
It was almost, but it was his line.
Yeah.
If it was yours, if it was the original, the glasses coming on.
Right on.
You can tell he's tapping into this ESPN shit he's doing right now. You can tell.
He look good on there too.
He does look good.
I'm getting it.
Boy, it's sharp.
He did look good. It's official. The OGs have teamed up with DraftKings, and we made it, y'all. It's been a long summer without basketball, but don't you worry, the NBA is back. Get in on the basketball action with my partners at DraftKings. And right now, all new customers who bet $5 will instantly get $200 in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code OGs. The crown is yours. If football is more your thing, don't worry. There's plenty of NFL season left. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets to bet anytime touchdowns on DraftKings. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code OGs and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code OGs only at DraftKings Sportsbook. And shout out to DraftKings for sponsoring us here at the OGs. We appreciate y'all.
Yo, what time is it? Game time. Yo, what's up, people? You know what time it is. Endless NFL games these next few months, and there's no better place to get tickets than Game Time. They make all your tickets fast and easy. Game Time Picks filters through all the fluff. Only thing you got to worry about is incredible deals, great seats. You don't have to waste no time searching through thousands of bad tickets. Me personally, I'm extremely impressed with how Game Time Picks selects the deals for you without having to waste any time digging around. The curation makes it easier to save more on the football games and any event you want to go to. Take all the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code OGs for $20 off your first purchase. That's code OGs for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download Game Time today, and just remember what time I said it was. It's still game time, baby.
So you get to Indiana. You know, what was it like playing there? And then obviously being the second pick, we all know. I mean, draft night was unbelievable for all of us out here.
Yeah. Once I got to Indy, it got harder.
You heard that? I'm gonna snatch out his little sassy earring. I'm gonna snatch out his little sassy earring he got on.
Sassy Thunderbolt.
Yeah, his little sassy Thunderbolt he got in his ear. I'm gonna snatch that shit.
I cannot. Oh, man, that's so funny. Indy. Wow, it got harder. You know what I'm saying? I remember after my very first practice in Indiana, I cried. And
Damn.
Yeah, after the first practice.
Was that Tom Crean?
Yeah, TC. Yeah, Tom Crean. We had a senior named Verdell Jones, and that was the worst I probably got destroyed in workouts ever probably in my career. Like, it was unbelievable. I was like, how is this even possible? And I cried after because it was like, I had dreams. Like, I wanted to go to the league too. I wanted to be one and done like my peers too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and after that practice, it was like, nah. You got a long way to go. And I remember Seth Cooper, who was player development at the time, he came up to me, he was like, why are you crying? I said, man, listen, I got a long way to go. He said, well, let's work.
Yeah.
And then every morning, 6 a.m., I was working out with him. After every practice, working out with him. It became my routine. It just became normal for me. You know what I'm saying? It just became normal for me. And then, you know, my second year, you know, Cody came, so we got a center finally. Christian Wofford hit the greatest shot
Kentucky.
in IU history. You know what I'm saying? Against Kentucky. And then we had a great year. The year after that, I had to go first day on campus. One of my best friends, his name's Dave Spani, actually an agent for CAA right now. Okay. I told him, my very first time I met him, he said, you Victor Oladipo, right? I said, yeah. You know, he's like, so how you like it here so far? I said, man, I don't have no idea. I said, I'm going to be here 3 years and I'm gone. And he said, huh? He said, boy, you got a lot of work to do. You talking like that. And looking back at it, on my last year in college, I was a junior in college, and I had just I had my birthday, and then I graduated the next day, and draft day was a week away. And I remember walking out after graduation, and he's walking this way, and I'm like, I told you. Didn't I tell you? I said 3 years, and I'm going. But I say that story to, man, God will give you the destination, but he won't show you how to get there. Mm-hmm. He will not show you how to get there. Don't stop believing, though, that it's possible, because remember, I told you in the beginning, everybody don't have the same story. Everybody don't have the same journey. So your path is not going to look like anyone else's. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean you can't accomplish your goals. So just keep believing.
Man, you could preach to these young kids. but I'm telling you, I'm being for real, though. The stuff you're talking about, like even playing the four, right? And then having the self-awareness after you get your ass busted in practice, like, yo, I can get a lot better.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? Some of these young kids are like, no, it wasn't my fault.
I mean, a lot of people don't even to catch that. I don't know if y'all caught that at home. The man said he graduated in 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all caught that.
Yeah.
Some of you ain't graduated in 8.
But I'm telling you.
Not 8. Not 8.
Some of you motherfuckers ain't graduated in 8. I'm still seeing people on TV playing college sports, and they like in their 9th year. I don't understand how they go.
But I mean, I'm serious about that, though. Self-awareness to understand that at a young age. Habits and routines. Like, these kids, it's the most important things in life right now. And I try to teach all these young kids when they get there, the sooner you start getting yourself habits and routines, the better you're going to be because you're equipped now to handle the adversity that's coming, right? Like, if you put the work in, you put the work in. Man, you can
You'd be
preach these
surprised
little.
how many people make it to the highest level with bad habits.
Yeah.
No, I ain't surprised by that, OG.
No, that's what I tell the kids.
Okay.
They assume that everybody doing all the right things.
Yeah,
I think I even seen Wembanyama talk about it today, and he said one of the things he said is that a lot of the guys he looked up to and idolized, once he realized they didn't work as hard as he thought they did, it was like he didn't think nothing bad of them, but he was like, oh, that's it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Then there's other guys where he saw they did work as hard as he thought. So, just understand, like you said, everybody path different. I was never the guy that could just show up at 7:30 and cut it on. I had to put those hours in the gym. I had to put that work in, and then I could show up at 7:30. You got some guys that can fuck around and practice and shoot around and come in at 7:30 and that is on. You know what I'm saying? And I was never that guy.
Now, we only mess with the realest here on the OGs podcast. And when it comes to gin, the old G is no different. It's not the OG, it's the old G. It's not just smooth and bold. It's black owned and crafted with the same authenticity and excellence we celebrate on this very show. The gin goes down easy with no burn, no bite, and no bitter taste. Just real, authentic flavor. Distilled 9 times, the Old G delivers the smoothest experience, whether you're just sipping it neat, it's on the rocks, or with a simple mixer. This gin does not need anything extra. So whether you're kicking it back after a long day or celebrating those wins, the Old G is the drink that brings people together. Just like the stories we share right here on the OGs, it's more than a gin. It represents community, culture, and the OGs who've paved the way. Go grab yourself a bottle, sit back, and toast it to the OGs in your life. And as always, drink responsible. The Old G Gin. Pour one out.
A question that I got to ask, because I see a lot of similarities when you talk about Dwayne Wade and you talk about yourself, you talk about Anthony Edwards, and all you guys play for Tom Crean. So is there a connection there? Was Crean selling that D-Wade to y'all? That's what I'm asking. Was D-Wade selling that D-Wade juice? Was Crean selling that D-Wade milkshake? What was he doing? Was it that, like, yo,
No,
this is what I can do if you fall in line?
I mean, it's hard not to. And with a player like D, it's hard not to use that juice, all the juice he got. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
So, and plus, he was my favorite player growing up. So it was just like, it was a no-brainer for me. And a crazy story, and he'll tell you about the stories when I met him just randomly because I got invited to the White House for a Father's Day dinner. Didn't have no idea who was going to be there, didn't know what was going to happen. And this right before I was trying to figure out if I should commit to Tom Crean or just kind of just stay open and see what happens. And I remember I just showed up and the lady was like, button up your top shirt. You might see D Wade. I said,
Damn, what are you talking about?
Man, I walked in there and it was D Wade and Antoine Randall sitting at the table in my section. Mind you, they could have put me at any other table. They put me at D's table. Antoine Randall actually played football at IU.
IU.
They knew what they were doing.
He played quarterback at IU, then went to the league and returned into a receiver. He was all right with it, too, at Pittsburgh.
He was nice.
Yeah, and then I remember I asked D, I said, man, so this is my first time ever meeting him. I'm like, so what do you think of Tom Crean as a coach? He said his exact words, he made me the man I am today. I committed the next day. So it is important because, once one person can do it, I truly believe anybody can. So he set the tone. He set the path for me and AE and guys our stature, guys our size, to really believe that we could be amongst the best players in the world. So I think that's really important. A lot of credit to D, a lot of credit to TC. I think Anthony Edwards has an amazing future ahead of him, like an amazing one, and I'm really, really rooting for him for sure.
Yeah,
He's good. He's a dog.
He won.
He's a dog now.
Hands down.
Yeah.
He can go.
He can go now.
He might be close
got
to
a
being the
chance.
best player in the league. He got a chance to be the best player in the league this year.
He got a real chance.
So getting drafted in Orlando, what was that team like at that? Like, talk to me.
But no, hold on. Before we even get to that, I just want to tell you one thing. Before we get there, I want to tell you one thing. You might ain't know D-Wade was going to be there, but Tom Crean probably told D-Wade your ass was going to be there.
Exactly right.
Make sure you tell him I ain't made you the man you are.
Smart. Oh, man, that's so
Tell me about Orlando, man.
What you want to know about
Man, just, expectations, being the second pick.
Yeah.
All the stuff
Be
that
honest,
comes into
man.
it.
You
Okay,
know,
I'll
be honest. Be
yeah,
honest.
for sure. I just
You know, you can
context.
talk it all.
Yeah,
That's what we got to plan
I
for.
mean,
Be honest.
to be honest, going in there it wasn't what I expected. You know, I just, growing up, you watch the NBA from a fan's perspective. They don't necessarily give it to you from a player's perspective.
They can't.
Right? So
that's what we have these podcasts for.
Yeah.
So when I went into the gates of being the number 2 pick, I thought I was gonna get number 2 pick type of treatment and love, and well, it was drastically different than that. It was like, no, you have to play behind this person. No, you're a rookie, you can't say nothing. No, we're not pushing you to be rookie of the year. That's not how we do things. We're a little nervous from Dwight. Dwight came in here and, we're not giving our players too much love because they're just going up and leave us. And it was just like nothing I could control. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like, I guess I just got to kind of go and just play. And luckily for me, I had great teammates, great mentors. We had such a great young team, like Alfred Payton, me, Aaron Gordon, Evan Fournier, Nick Vucevic, Tobias Harris. Like, our young core was pretty good. We had a chance, and we were playing pretty good too. But it's tough when you got 4 coaches in 3 years, and it's a new system every year. And it's tough when you tell them like, look, I think we should get a coach that's gonna hold us accountable, and we young, so we need to get turned up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we need that as a young. You want that as a And no disrespect, you hire Scott Skiles, who just not really known for like, oh, I'm gonna, he's just straight and narrow, like, oh, this is what we're doing, that's it. And it was just kind of tough. It was kind of a culture shock for all of us. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I think they doing great now.
Oh, they figured it out.
They figured it out
They
for
figured
sure
it out.
now.
They
You
figured
know
it
what I
out.
mean?
They figured it out.
It would have been nice for them to do that while I was there, but it is what it is. God has a different path and a different story for me, so I'm embracing it.
No, they definitely figured out, I think, what they're doing now with the young core and the coach that's relatable to those guys in that locker room. And he's a leader of men, and they definitely hear his message.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could tell by the way they play basketball. I
Yeah.
watched the other day, and I think Caldwell Pope made a comment that this is the first team that he was on that everybody wants to guard. Because we all know we have a team where you got a few that want to guard their own shadow. So he said this is the first team.
Why you looking at me?
You can see through these shades? You can see me looking at you through these shades? Damn. Just saying. We got a couple that don't want to guard nobody. But KYP said, this Caldwell Pope said this is the first team that he played on where everybody wanted to guard.
Yeah.
Now I look at that team, and you remember when we used to play that team.
Yeah.
You run 7 pick and rolls trying to get a matchup that you want to attack.
Yeah.
And you don't want to attack none of them.
Exactly.
You don't want to attack. All of them got length. All of them got athleticism. All of them got heart. You know what I'm saying? So obviously they figured it out. They were f***ing up with your crew, but they figured it out.
Yeah. We had some good times.
No,
though,
the names you named.
Yeah.
We had some good teams too.
Aaron
yeah.
Gordon, yourself. Alfred Payton, who he's been around, but I always thought he was talented.
We had some OGs come through there too. Luke Rittenauer.
Luke Rittenauer.
Luke Rittenauer was in there. Brandon Jennings. We Big Baby Davis. We had some guys come through there.
Wow.
Where'd you go from there? OKC?
Yeah, I got traded from OKC. Didn't even know. They ain't tell me.
So you got traded to OKC?
Wait.
I just bought a crib. Bought a crib. Told them I was buying a crib.
How you found out about the trade?
It was just. I remember it was. I was driving, and then someone called me and was like, "Yo, you just got traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder." No, excuse me. Well, yeah. See, I got traded twice in 1 year, so I gotta recall
from OKC.
Which trade?
Where you went from OKC to Indiana?
I went from Orlando to OKC to Indiana within a year.
Yeah,
I had to move 3
that.
times. But one of the time, well, actually both times. Excuse me. So both times. So the first time I found out, I was on a plane, and I was going home, and I didn't know. And then when I landed, I just turned on my phone and I just was getting beep, 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 beep. That was just saying I just got traded to OKC. And then I got traded again, and I was on a plane and didn't know till I landed from OKC to Indy. So that's pretty much was my early journey, the early one.
I got traded on my birthday, so don't feel bad.
That's crazy.
I was actually at dinner with him. You don't even remember. It was me, you, and T-Mac in Orlando.
I remember that. I do
Yeah, I
remember
got traded to Memphis on my birthday.
That. Yeah. I do remember that.
Phone
that's
rang,
how they do you.
I said, that ain't good, Mac.
Yeah, that's how they.
I do remember that.
That's how they do you sometimes, unfortunately.
I I'm just
On
listen.
your birthday is crazy. You could have waited one more day. Or,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Hey,
Like,
we'll holler at y'all. That was a blessing, though. The
So
Indiana, the Indiana thing
no
was
call
great.
to your agent. No,
nothing.
like, hey, no courtesy call.
no,
none of that.
nothing. They traded me apparently because they said I couldn't shoot the basketball. So that was what I heard. I could be wrong, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, it turned out great for me. I went to Indy. I went to OKC first, and I think OKC was a great blessing because I learned from Russ and sitting next to Russ. And you know, wisdom is understanding. You don't just learn from somebody telling you something. You learn from watching too. You know,
Dude over here preaching.
You know what I mean?
It's Sunday.
You learn from watching too, observation. So and I got a chance to sit next to him too. So seeing him and being in that environment and watching that, like, I'll tell you a story. This is the craziest. Like, we play in Houston one night in OKC. And we both get there early for the games. And we just sitting there. Russ like to put heat on his feet. He's sitting there with the heat on his feet. We just chilling. All of a sudden, he just turned to me. He said, hey, I'm going to dunk on somebody left-handed today. I looked at him. I said, bro, you ain't going to do shit. Shut up. He like, all right. The very last play of the game. It's the very last play of the game. You need a whole game has gone by. It's like an out-of-bounds play for us to go up like 4 or 5 to win the game. He like runs and cuts and dunks on Clint Capella left-handed. Boom! So I'm thinking like he about to scream. He look at me. I told you. I told you. I'm like, how did he eat? I forgot.
He still remember.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. That's just, and I use that story because, like, bro, like when you are determined and focused, you can really do special things, man. The human mind is a very special thing if you tap into who you are and you just believe in yourself. So,
man, I tell my kids that
important.
all the time. Bro. I tell my kids that all the time, bro. Like, if you want something bad enough, if you want it bad enough,
you're going to get it.
You're going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to do whatever you have to do. You know what I'm saying? If you can't go through the front door, take your ass through the garage. You can't get through the garage, go through the goddamn window.
Find a window.
Whatever the fuck you got to do. If you want something bad enough, you'll get it. You know what I'm saying? And I just sit back and watch.
That's a fact.
And pay attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, now you get traded to Indiana. They trade you for Paul George.
Yeah.
Here go the keys to the car, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Here go the keys to the car. This is what you wanted. This is what you wanted. So now, even though you didn't hear about it through your agent, even though you had to read about it on your phone, are you excited about this move?
You know, when I first got traded there, I didn't know what to expect, honestly. I was like, I didn't know what to feel because it was like I got traded again. I'm like, dang, like, because, you know, back then, especially when you would get traded early on, especially because, you know, the league hadn't evolved yet. It wasn't like everybody was just going anywhere getting traded.
Vic, you can keep me out of this conversation.
He never got traded. See,
I don't know nothing. I don't know
My
nothing
bad,
about
bro.
that.
He played 20 years in one place, man.
Different. My
He
fault.
different. No, he
You know,
wasn't them dude.
I seen the chair. I seen
him.
it.
No,
Yeah.
that was just retaliation for that draft comment he made earlier. Don't you worry about it.
I appreciate that. All right, so yeah, I got traded to India. I didn't know how to feel, really, honestly. You know, I was going back to where I went to school at, and you know, I didn't know how to feel because honestly, I felt so disrespected. Like, it's like, man, I thought I was the number 2 pick. I thought people actually wanted me places, you know. And then, you know, as a young kid, you know, especially me, you know, I ain't got no big brother. I don't got somebody who used to play in the league. I don't have those things in my camp. My camp is set up a little different. So I was taking those blows really by myself and, you know, trying to figure out, okay, what do I do next? Like, how am I supposed to approach this next? And, you know, I was just like, okay, y'all finna wake me up. That's fine. That's cool. I'm going back to Indy. And when I got there, they was like, it's your team. They're giving me the keys. You know, I seen all the headlines when it first happened, like, oh, they got a steal. They only traded him there because he went to Indy, and it's going to be, they're trying to be average. And it was just like, I was already on, I'm about to turn up, period. Like, and then, you know, when I heard everything after it transpired, it just added fuel to the fire. And then when I got there, I ain't see nothing but food every day. Every day. They'll tell you. They'll tell you. Every day.
Bruh.
Every day. Every day I was coming. Every single day I was coming. And it was great because we had a great team environment too. I felt like the guys enjoyed playing with me. I felt like we enjoyed playing with each other, and it just worked really well. So yeah, it turned out pretty good for me. I was thankful for sure.
Hey, listen, I tell people this all the time, bro. It's all right to have a little hate in your heart. It's a healthy hate, though.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a healthy hate.
Yeah,
No, listen,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
it's a healthy hate, bro.
Nah.
No, for real, dog.
No
I
doubt.
mean, yeah, no, all the time, bro. Like, I wouldn't be here if I didn't have that healthy hate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the healthy hate of not being drafted. I'm calling you from overseas to send me some ankle braces.
No doubt.
They
What?
had me taping my own ankles in the bathroom before the game.
What?
I was taping my shit with Scotch tape before the game.
No way.
I said, Killer, you got to send me some ankle braces, dog. I can't play like this. I mean,
Serious?
Yeah, dog. So, you know what I'm saying?
He
And
said
when
with
I-
Scotch tape.
Yo, I'm saying, listen, dog. When I got the
Could
friends,
you
dog.
imagine, dog?
No, listen, Vic. When I got the friends, dog, I gave myself one night to have a pity party. I had a box of Black and Milds and some Hennessy. I smoked them I smoked them blacks. I drank half that bottle of Hennessy, and when I got up in the morning, it was time to get to it. And that the revenge tour started. Revenge tour started. You'll be surprised at home. I know Vic been dropping a lot of jewels. You'll be surprised at home how far I hated drive you. I'll just be honest, because it was a list of that I hated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once again, it was healthy. You know, it drove me, it brought inside of me, it brought out of me that I didn't know I had.
No,
He
that's
said he taped
no,
his own
that-
ankles with
that's-
Scotch tape.
No, listen, Killer, you had to send me
real.
ankle braces. You
I know.
remember that shit, Killer?
The Scotch tape.
Scotch
taping
tape
with
is
Scotch
crazy.
tape,
Could you
bro.
imagine Scotch tape?
Yeah, dog. Listen, let me tell you something, dog. Listen, every day in Europe, I was just checking off the list, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every day, I go to the bathroom.
Hitler.
There's a hole in the floor. What is that? That's the toilet? No, that's not the toilet. That can't be the toilet. That can't be the toilet. Check on the list. I can't wait till I get back home. I'm killing you for making me shit in this hole. We'll kill everybody.
Make me this whole
I'm gonna kill
That's so
everybody.
funny, bro.
Listen, dog. So I understand that, and I try to tell because I think for me, and it's just trying to understand this generation is that I think everybody wants to be liked.
Oh yeah.
I think everybody wants
Everybody
to be.
want the likes.
Yeah,
Double tap.
everybody wants to be liked. I think everybody wants to be accepted. But understanding if you fall into the category of it liked and accepted by other people, then that probably does nothing for you as a person individually.
I can tell you firsthand that don't do nothing for you.
You know, it might not. Oh, I love Vic. He's such a great guy.
Yeah, and they'll-
What is
yeah.
that doing for you?
They
Is he
gonna
gonna
prey
pick
on
up and
that.
call you for the business deal? Is he gonna like so? Just trying to be liked and accepted. That never worked for me because I had to set a standard for myself.
Yeah, I seen something the other day that said, you could be nice. Don't be nice, be kind.
Yeah.
Because nice guys get thrown around.
No, they damn sure
They
finished
be
last.
getting tossed and turned and left, and they were sitting there wondering, like, I know I used to be one of those guys.
And that ain't just business. That's
I
about
know.
women too.
Yeah.
I
Nah.
would say we all know the saying. Nice
Nah.
guys finish last.
Yeah.
That's what they tell you.
Yeah,
That's
because
what
you
they
could
say.
be
They ain't come from nowhere.
If you ain't first, you last.
authenticity. Authenticity. Just
I
be
got to be
yourself.
first and only.
By yourself.
So talk to us about some of them, the epic Heat, Indiana Pacer battles. Were you part of any
When
of
I
those?
was in Indy,
Yeah, were you part of those?
oh yeah,
Hell yeah, he was because he inherited that rivalry.
Okay, because I'm telling you right
He
now,
inherited that.
I didn't get to
I
see
got
it in
inherited.
Indiana, but
He inherited
that rivalry was something.
Every
man.
time we walked in that, we felt it. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
inherited that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I have a vivid memory of Jimmy blowing a kiss at T.J. Warren one game.
That was crazy.
We had some real battles when I was in
Yes.
Indy though. Real like it felt like heavyweight fights when we played y'all for some reason. And I enjoyed it too because it was like, okay, we playing the Heat. D used to play
Yeah,
there, you know.
yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm up, like I'm ready to go, and it just be war the whole entire time. from
Old
start
school
to
Eastern
finish.
Conference
It's
basketball.
Crazy.
Old school Eastern Conference
Yeah,
basketball.
we used to. You weren't there. We used to hate each other. Indiana, Miami days were oh boy. We had some doozies. bro.
When Eastern Conference Finals days.
Man, we saw them.
Yeah.
We
I
saw
I came
them
to
3
a few
straight
games
years.
actually. I was at Indy like,
Hey, listen,
during
let me
those
tell you
times.
something. I'm probably just not getting to the point where I can speak to somebody from the Pacers.
What?
I'm probably just not getting to that point where I can speak to people from. Listen, dog, it's just a difference, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't know how to do both.
Who you hate worse, them or Boston?
Oh, that's
Boston
not even
for
close,
sure.
Coach. Coach, that's not even close,
Boston,
Coach.
sure.
That's not even close, Coach.
For sure. That's not even close.
Coach.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Coach.
But dog, I was just never that. I needed every edge I can get.
Yeah.
Like people talk
Yeah.
about how MJ creates scenarios in his
Yeah,
mind.
yeah,
I used to
yeah.
create shit in my mind. Like if I'm in my mind when I look at you before the tip off, literally we're not even on the court. We just locked in this little ass room, and we got to fight to the death to come out. That's the shit I'm thinking about before the game. That's the kind of mindset I'm putting myself in before the game. And I got to be the one come out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just things like that, bro. That you know what I'm saying. I look back now, you know what I'm saying, and it's funny to me because I got liked and accepted when I was in the OG role, when I wasn't playing as much, and I was more of an OG, and I was more open to having conversation and dialect with guys. But when I was playing, I wasn't very liked, and I didn't have very many friends outside of my teammates. You
That
know
was
what I'm
okay
saying?
though, I'm sure.
No, it was very okay.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck. We was winning. That's what it was about, bro. Like, once again, I didn't have an option. I was undrafted.
Yeah.
I don't have the option to come in here and try to be like, you know, they try to tell you in practice, slow down, young fella, you're going too fast. You. Slow down.
I was the floor last month.
Slow down, slow down. So I can go back and take my with Scott State. That's what you want me to do? Slow down so I can go back and eat a baguette. Like, nah, I can't slow down. I don't have that luxury to slow down. So, it was never even an option for me to be liked. I think my only way was to come in the way I came in. I was like, lay it all on the line and just see where the cards fall.
Yeah, that's important.
You know what I'm saying?
So talk about you now. Obviously, I want to. I saw you on ESPN looking dapper them up.
Yeah.
Before that,
All right,
though,
before that, go ahead.
ask him about his Heat experience.
Oh, okay.
Don't skip over that, killer. Damn, I got the whole jersey on in front of
All
me.
right, let's talk about the Heat experience.
Okay.
Thank you. 2 years, you spent 4 years with us, but 2 of the years was getting back to the level where you felt like you were comfortable to be out there and go out there to contribute. But just talk about the system of the Heat, because I think a lot of people, look at the Heat and they see how, we have a great farm system and how we're able to pick guys out and the younger guys and overlook guys, but we also able to, get guys where, injuries and different things. We did something similar with Sean Livingston, and guys like that, and we just work with them and have the opportunity to hopefully try to get them back to the level where they can contribute and play the game of basketball.
Yeah,
we did something like that with Greg Oden.
Yeah.
So we have these conversations and we have these opportunities with guys. Just talk about your 4 years with the Heat and the 2 years where you was working your ass off. Like I told y'all, the man came in every day with a good attitude and worked his ass off and wasn't even gonna play.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Well, first off, my journey getting there was quite interesting.
Let's get that part
To
out.
say the least.
What happened?
Well, I had got hurt. So once I got hurt, once you get hurt, things automatically change whether you like it or not. So it was a build up. It was so many roller coasters of events that kind of went into me getting traded from there. And then after that, I went to Houston for a couple weeks and then got traded again in 2021 to Miami. And when I first got there, I was very nervous.
How old are you at the time?
21. About in 21.
Wow.
I'm 30. I'm 32 right now. 32, I think.
Wow.
I mean, I
So
don't know.
about
I really
28
don't. I don't. I
28 years old?
don't. I don't share the affairs of man, so I really don't know how old I am. So, I like 28, 27. But yeah, so I had just got traded there. I got hurt at 26. So yeah, I was 27.
Yeah.
And then I got traded to Miami, and I was nervous. I was very nervous. I wasn't sure what to expect. But one thing about Heat culture that I enjoy is it gives me a sense of home. Coming from a Nigerian parents, they're very strict, but it comes from a good place. And Miami is very similar in the fact like, well, look, we gonna do things our way because our way wins. And you got to respect it because, every year, contenders, every single year. And it's because their way works. And it comes from a good place. And if you embrace it, you find out more about yourself, honestly. And that's one thing I appreciated the most was first they gave me time to come back, to implement myself, to even enjoy the guys. You know what I mean? Like still coming on trips, still hanging out with the guys, still talking to them, still getting to know them. So once I got implemented, it might have been shaky in the beginning, but once we got into playoff mode, it was just like, boom. Next thing you know, Eastern Conference Finals, and I'm playing in the game after missing the whole year. You know, so it's an acquired taste, I guess you would say. But
we say we ain't for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. It's an acquired taste.
For everybody.
It's an acquired taste, but it can work wonders for people for sure as well too. So as we've seen, not only with myself, with Gabe Vincent, with Max Strus, it works wonders for guys.
Yes.
So you got to appreciate
Shout out to my undrafted
that.
guys, man. Miss those guys, man. Gabe, Max, we had a good group.
Yeah, we did.
Really good group.
Yeah, very good.
Can you tell? Because people don't know this, and I don't even know if they heard about it, but I'm gonna give y'all a little insight. Talk about the 101s.
Oh my God.
Talk about the 101s behind the scenes when nobody watching.
OG brought up the ones.
Tell them how we get to it when nobody watching. Tell them how we get to it.
You know, especially when you ain't playing, the ones is the game. It's our game. It's our game day.
Yes.
And you know, OG take his ones very seriously. Very seriously. So it was a lot of battles and a lot of trash talking before games.
It was real. It was real.
He was real humble about it too.
No, not at all. Not at all. He was gonna let everybody in the whole.
What? You better not let me win. You better not
Everybody
let me win.
gonna hear it. Everybody.
Hey, listen, Kill, I might be one of the top 5 best talkers that ever played in the NBA.
Yeah,
People just don't know that
I think
about
so.
me. They don't know that about me.
I give you that.
People don't know that about me. But it was all in fun because I wanted to help them get better, bro. I knew I wasn't playing. But I knew Jimmy was going to play. I knew Vic was probably going to play.
Yeah.
I knew all these other guys were going to play. So, like you said, it was my game, but it was really a game within the game because I wanted them to play well. I wanted them to be ready.
And you got with you, OG.
Oh, yeah, I got some shit. I got some shit. And I can slide them puppies and stay in front.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I can play some defense now.
Slide the
I can slide them
puppies.
puppies and play a little defense now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For sure.
But so now that we got the Miami stuff out of there,
Yeah, we had to do that.
no, you do. I first of all, I wanted to hear it anyway, so
Yeah,
it was
thanks.
good. Talk about where you're at now. What you're doing. Obviously, we saw you looking dapper as hell on ESPN.
Thank you,
Boy,
guys.
clean.
Man, you look like-
Clean on TV.
Hey,
Couldn't breathe a little bit, but I was cool.
so talk about it though, like getting your body right again, and then doing ESPN at the same time. And I feel like I'm like, you know, crystal ball. I feel like around the All-Star break, we're gonna start hearing his name. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just
we'll
me.
see.
But I think
We'll
he's gonna
see.
let them do this little 40 game work and then come back and play at the end of the year.
We'll
That's
see,
what
we'll
it looks
see.
like.
Yeah,
And that's
I
what
mean,
people need.
I was gonna get
We
to
talk. We talk about this all the time. That's what teams need. So
Veterans
that's
in
what
their
I
locker
think should happen. But go ahead and tell me what your own story. In
Okay,
your own
so
words.
so you know, I tore my patella last April, 2023, and ever since then I've been rehabbing. My first time playing in a year was probably last August. I think last summer I probably played 5-on-5 maybe 3 times. Wow. So for me, it was just like, it was one of those times where, you know, when you get hurt, it's an emotional imbalance. So you're very reluctant to kind of take that step back. I used to step back, take and be like, okay, so where am I at? Let's figure out what the right thing is to do here. So, you know, I was going to these workouts, going to these teams, and, you know, just to be real, he was just like, I ain't feeling it right. So it's like, all right, I'm just giving myself more grace. You know what I mean? Give myself more grace, give myself more time. And I just know I feel even better now. My goodness, like if this was 2 months ago, like, wow. But I feel great now. And I'm only getting better. You know, I'm back here in Miami, working with David Alexander at DBC, who, you know, I started working out with the year before I came an All-Star. So he has a very interesting history on my body and how it works and stuff. So it's been beneficial so far. So we'll see. You know, for me, it's just about taking it one day at a time. You only get 24. You know what I mean? There's no telling what tomorrow comes. So in my 24, I'm trying to just maximize everything I can. In the meantime, you might see me on ESPN from time to time.
Yeah, we seen
Ain't
it.
no Mike, boy. I see
You
you the other day, boy. I see you the other day.
You might
Talk
see
about-
the smile on
So
ESPN.
tell me
Talk
about
to
that.
him.
Like, tell me about that. How did that come about? Is that something that, you know, obviously because you have the time, or is that part of your future? Is that something that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it was part of my future, OG, just because, you know, at Indiana, I actually took some classes for broadcasting as well. So
okay.
I don't know. We'll see. But I'm on my Clark Kent right now. I'm at the Daily Planet, a.k.a. ESPN. So I'm just focused on, you know, when I go in there, it's just trying to implement things that I'm hearing from Malika, I'm hearing from KP, I'm hearing from Brian, and just try to be myself within that. Like, it's hard because you don't want to, like overdo it when there's veterans and you know what I'm saying, people who really know what they're doing in there.
Yeah.
But
He's a legend at it though too.
Yeah.
He on top of it too.
Okay.
I've seen him on there a few times.
He got on there and he
nice.
started killing it. All of a sudden, my phone, like every time I call it, yo, this is still Mike.
Nah.
Call me, bro.
No, listen, bro. Stop it. Stop it. Listen, I understand you obviously they're veterans, but you have a very specific insight.
Yeah.
Because you fresh out the locker room. You know what I'm saying? KP played, but, you know, he's been a few years removed. So just know that the people at home are itching to hear your opinion and your voice on majority of the topics that are on there.
Yeah.
More so than anybody. Even though you knew, they itching to hear your voice and your opinion on that more so than most of those people up there.
Yeah.
Just because of who you are and what
Good
you
point.
represent. It's a different way of social media now. You know, it ain't just people coming in that wear glasses with pens and pads. Now you getting it straight from the sources.
From
now.
the source,
You're
yeah.
getting it straight from the guys that's in the locker room. You're getting it straight from the people that's been through it. You know what I'm saying? So that's invaluable, the opinions and the views that you're going to give.
That makes a
You know
lot
what
of
I'm
sense.
saying?
Didn't think about it like
I
that.
understand they veterans and like that, but your come with a price tag.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, and then they was really trying to push me to be myself and show my personality and stuff like that. So
And that's what people love, bro. So they gonna love you, dog.
it's gonna
Keep
take some
doing
time, but you know I'm gonna get comfy.
And then you get comfortable just enough to January come around, some team call.
you'll be back out there.
Yeah, deuces.
I
We'll
won't
see.
be surprised.
I don't
won't be
blame.
surprised.
Hey,
We-
they should.
like Mike said, we
They
talk about this
should.
all the time. They need veterans.
100%.
They
And
need veterans.
ones
I
that
don't
can
think-
bring it on
I don't know
and
if
off
they-
the court too.
I don't know if they value veteran
You're
guys.
still young enough. You be on there
got a
killing
ton
it.
of
I even
energy,
talked
too.
to Andre
Yeah, a ton of energy.
Iguodala about this one time. Is just creating an extra spot on rosters that doesn't go against the salary cap for guys that have 10, 15 years or whatever it is, like a veteran spot. And this doesn't count against the cap. And you just have a veteran guy in each locker room.
Because it's important. Experience is important.
He's the honey hole right now because he's still body's probably feeling his best as ever felt.
Yeah,
He had some
facts.
time
In
off.
6 years.
You know what I mean? And he's 32 years old, so he still go kill on the court, but he also gets you that locker room presence of being through some.
Yeah,
And
facts,
obviously,
which is important.
worst case scenario, singing the national anthem for the
Definitely
game.
gonna do that.
And like you said,
Never
actually,
know.
and like you said, been through some.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nah, one thing
still
you can't substitute experience. Man.
No.
Like experience is something that you just can't.
And on top of that, teams are starting to realize that more now. You're starting to see more veteran guys like Chris Paul going to San Antonio.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not. I mean,
Yeah,
listen. Chris Paul looks awesome. He always plays great basketball. But you can't tell me in San Antonio's phase they were smart enough to realize we got to make sure Vic keeps getting better.
Hell
exactly.
yeah.
And the
Hell
best
yeah.
what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come in there and beat the orchestra, the pick
Hell
and roll,
yeah.
and then you're gonna teach them how to get better.
Exactly.
You cannot put a price tag on that. I don't
No,
care
you
how much
can't.
money you give them, because
No,
if
you
Victor
can't.
Wembanyama is that much better next year because of it, you should have paid him $100 million to come do it.
Man, as soon as I
Exactly.
seen that move
Whoa,
with Chris
whoa,
Paul, I
great
immediately
point.
was all over that. I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, your whole future is on Vic.
Yeah, it is.
It's on him. So if Chris Paul makes him that much better, there's not enough money you could pay that man to come in there right now.
Great point, man.
And
Wow.
to help him understand, like, losing's not okay. Because we talk about it in the league all the time, man. You
That's
start getting
important.
here. Yeah,
Oh,
41
my
games
Lord.
in. You've done it twice in a
That
row,
is-
2 seasons in a row. You're rookie, second year. You're getting bum rushed every time. Like, all of a sudden, it's like, okay, let's go home, have a beer.
And there's a balance to that. Because I remember, my first year with Eddie Jones, and we lost about 3 in a row. And I was sitting, the guys were playing cards,
Crazy.
and I was sitting back by myself, and I wasn't talking. And Eddie asked me, "What's wrong with you?" And I said, "Man, goddamn, boy, we didn't get our ass whooped every night." Eddie say, "Young fella, we got 75 more games." So there's a balance to that.
There is.
You got to take it, and you got to be frustrated, but you can't carry it to the next
There
game.
is.
Because you're going to go
There
out
is.
there and
kill.
play even worse.
But and you know this. I don't have to tell you guys this, but it's the biggest thing is losing can be okay. You know,
Yeah.
some of these guys start getting to the point where it's like, oh, we know we're gonna lose anyways.
Exactly.
Losing's okay. That's when it
Exactly.
gets.
Yeah,
That's when
exactly.
hatred starts filling the room.
Yeah,
That's
facts.
just
You
terrible.
know what I mean? Like hatred starts filling the room. But
Unfortunately.
hey, by the way, I'm glad we're talking basketball. Thank God it's about to be basketball
I
season.
know what. Something to
Oh, for
watch.
sure.
Let's talk
Something to
about
watch.
some NBA headlines though,
All right,
real
let's
quick.
get it, let's get it.
Because you are first episode of season 2.
Here we go.
First episode of season 2.
Yes, sir.
All right, so cat trade. We ain't talked, UD. We ain't talked since the cat trade now.
Oh, I got some.
All right, talk to me.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I want
you
you to
got
go
this
first
one.
for sure.
You stood up. You might have to take the glasses off. He looked like he about a glass to take off.
I don't think that trade makes either one of them a championship contender. But I do think if you look at the trade, I think Minnesota got the better of that trade.
Oh wow.
Yes, I do. They lost Hartenstein. They lost DiVincenzo.
Their glue's leaving, isn't it?
And they lost Randall. They lost toughness. And they gave up a draft pick. Once you get in those playoffs, you know this better than I do. Ain't nobody running the intersection of Puerto Rico. I ain't
Hey,
tricking-
man,
I ain't
you gotta
tricking
stop.
I ain't tricking. Listen, ain't nobody running the intersection of Puerto. I ain't
Flying
tricking you. Listen, I ain't tricking you. I ain't tricking you. You know what I'm running. You know it's coming. Stop it.
You're right about that.
So you need the heart.
You're right about that.
Skill set, Cat sit at the top of the list. Heart, he might be in the middle. And that's not a knock on him. It's not a knock on him. No. Everybody don't have to be the tough guy. Everybody don't got to be the lightning in the bottle guy. That just might not be his thing.
That's not his role. Yeah, that's not his thing.
But you lost a lot of toughness when you lost Hartenstein to OKC, when you lost Randall in the trade, and when you lost DiVincenzo. You took what DiVincenzo told DiVincenzo the other day.
What? Did you see that?
I ain't that motherfucker. I ain't the one. If it was you, this is what you get, or whatever you said to him, like that. So listen, that matters, dog. Trust me, a motherfucker like that, DiVincenzo, I don't even know the motherfucker. 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. Come on with me. I take it.
He coming. Yeah, for sure.
I'm with you.
So you don't think
I know Randall is a bull in a china shop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think they go back to the Western Conference Finals?
Who?
Minnesota.
Yeah. No, I do, but I said I don't think it makes them a championship.
Okay, you
don't.
I don't
think
he thinks they won. Doesn't think it pushes them over the edge.
Yeah, I don't think that makes either one of them win at all.
Okay.
But I do think if you're looking at it, I would say that Minnesota got the better of that move.
Okay.
Which, by the way, if you're right,
ain't no if.
If you're right, which you probably are, because I'm gonna give you credit.
I am right.
Okay, you're right.
I watch a lot of basketball.
But with that being said, that's an unbelievable job by Tim Connelly then, because the reason he did it was financial. A lot of it probably, I would assume.
A great job.
Yeah,
because
he couldn't trade
most
Rudy.
teams that go to the Western Conference Finals don't make moves to get better.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just like the Florida Panthers.
Yeah,
by the way, the championship Florida Panthers
but he
went to the Stanley Cup 2 years ago, lost, and made moves to get better, and came back and won the next year. Most of the time when you get there, all you say is let's run it back.
I was just saying
to get that close.
like he was in a, to me, it was a unique spot, because if you say he won the trade, and he easily could have, I mean, it's always gonna be fun to see.
Who knows what that draft pick they got?
I know, but I guess what I'm saying is, like, he had to do it financially, because Cat had always, like, on the books, they're gonna get killed financially, so he had to make those kind of moves too now. You know what I mean? So it's interesting how he did that.
Listen, Killer, that sound good, but if the Cat was guaranteed to take them to the championship, you pay that tab, you get your ring.
100%.
So clearly, the financial moves was based off.
I'm saying
we ain't winning with this.
I'm saying you're playing chess now.
We ain't winning with this.
You're playing chess now.
That's what he said. We ain't winning with this.
Yeah, you said it
now,
too.
You got. I don't know about the rest of the team, but you got at least 3 on that squad that gonna let their nuts hang. Anthony Edwards ain't no motherfucking dog. I mean, ain't no punk. He a dog.
Yeah.
DiVincenzo is a dog, and Randall is a dog. That matters in the playoffs.
Coach, I like
that matters in the finals.
I think I actually hear, and I'm listening to what he says, and a lot of it is true.
Okay, yeah.
I think Cat going there plays better off of Brunson. Brunson's a ball dominant guy. Julius Randle's a ball dominant guy. Cat's more of a catch and shoot three. Unfortunately, they're trying to put him in that post a little bit. So I think the Knicks got better. I'm with him. I don't think it pushed them, but I think, Brunson and Julius Randle, when they played their best basketball, Julius Randle was actually hurt.
Yes.
So, like, Julius Randle's a great talent. Brunson's obviously a great talent. Both ball dominant guys. Like, I think Brunson and Cat can play off each other a lot better than Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson can.
Man,
but
he talking.
It's the truth.
He talking that X's and O's. When you getting a 7-game series in the playoffs, X and O.
Hold up. Big, can I start off by saying I actually listened to what he said? I think he's right.
Damn, Steve Kerr. If you do this and move that around and this all that.
So hold on. Okay, man. let me hit you one back. You don't think that Cat and Brunson are better paired up than Julius Randle and Brunson?
I do. Okay,
I
think they're better paired up.
Yeah, we can both be right.
Yeah, okay,
we can
but
both
at
be
the
right.
end of the day, all the better pair. I don't give a fuck about the better pair. That shit gonna win. Is that shit get it done?
I agree with you though. I don't think it either moves it over. I just think
once again,
this is what we do all.
Trust me.
Taking away from the trade, missing Hartenstein is gonna hurt them.
Bro, right when you said it,
promise you.
He was a great piece.
They removed all the elements of glue from the scenarios. Hartenstein, DiVincenzo, like they just the glues.
Those are the guys, bro. Let me tell you something. Those are the guys that might not get the praise.
Hey, if anyone values those type of guys,
exactly. Those are the guys that might not get the praise, but those are the guys that you can't win without. I'm telling you, bro. Those guys, you need those guys in your locker room. And I know a lot of the times you might get frustrated with Julius Randle on offense and shit like that, but I bet that got heart.
No, he a dog. I'm just telling you, like, again, I'm in the same. I actually listen to it. I think you're right on a lot of shit. I'm just saying, to me, when they were playing their best basketball, it was with space with Jalen Brunson. It doesn't mean that they're not, like, I hate that when they say, oh, he sucks. No, they're just not a good, like, to me, they're both ball dominant people. Like, Julius Randle is going to dribble it downhill and play.
Agree.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how he plays.
I agree.
Once teams playing for Jalen, who else is the playmaker?
That's another good
So
take.
that's
Because Julius Randle was an elite playmaker
he
too.
was
So
the
that's
next one.
a great take.
So
And we can all be right.
He's
for
going
sure.
to carry a ton of load throughout the year.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to have to still be fresh come playoff time if I want to make
That's
it
the
right.
trick.
So
that's the trick.
And then with the Timberwolves, yeah, they traded Cat, but they still got Nas Reed.
Yeah, Nas Reed's nice.
You know
Nas
what I'm
Reed's
saying?
nice.
What I tell you?
He's a big Nas Reed fan. I am
Huge
too.
Nas
He's
Reed
good.
guy.
He's good. He is good.
So,
He is.
like,
He's
you know,
been calling that for a while.
The give and take, we gonna see.
No.
So who you think? What you think, Vic? Who you think? If you had to choose,
I would
who
have.
got the
I would
better?
have to go with the Wolves. I think the Wolves got better,
And they still have a draft pick out of that.
Yeah, they-
Who
I-
knows
but
what that turns into?
Here's what I like about it because of what you said about toughness and stuff. I think you can get away with playing Nas and Julius Randle together. And then when Rudy goes down, like you can do that. Like if you saw the playoffs, a lot of times even they were taking Cat out defensively and leaving Rudy. You know what I mean? And let Nas play that. So now you put Julius. Like you guys are you're speaking good language. I'm just saying like I think that really does. It looks good.
Or
looks
you
good on
go,
paper.
or you go, like you say, you go Nas and Randall, and
Yeah.
you got five. You
That's what I'm
switch from
saying.
1
You
through
switch
5.
1 through
You
5.
eliminate
You got
all
dog.
triggers.
Yeah. You got length inside.
You eliminate
Definitely
every
play like
trigger.
that.
I
That's
think
you got to make a shot.
Yep. One of the bigger storylines to me, I think, in this one too, is Klay going to Dallas.
Yeah.
And the reason, we've had this conversation already. The reason it is because I think Klay's like as good as he is, it's going to be interesting to see how he fits in this new role.
Yeah.
'Cause he's used to ball movement, pitch chase, Steve Kerr, blah 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 blah. Like he just talked about, but it's fair. Like
I
and
agree.
now when he goes to Dallas, it's going to be Kyrie, it's going to be Luka, angle pick and roll,
Yes.
get in where you're fit in, right? Like now, I think Jason Kidd will do a pretty good job of understanding how he can find minutes
Nobody
there.
better.
Sprinkle in,
But I'm
yeah.
interested to see if he becomes just a catch and shoot corner 3 guy or not.
I mean, maybe I think he ain't gonna have no choice but to with
It's
them
gonna be interesting.
two,
That's why I
you
said
know,
it's gonna be
with
an
them
interesting
two.
storyline.
I tell you this: if you want something bad enough, you'll do whatever you got to do
You
to
right?
get it.
You right about that?
And from what I've read and paid attention to, the way Klay left Golden State, wasn't very happy the way it ended. Healthy hate, that can be a healthy motivation. No, listen, I'm telling you, you read this, the man he's very upset about how things ended there. He wasn't happy about how that ended.
Not
He
at
talked
all.
about his last couple of years and how he just wasn't happy playing basketball and all these different things, and now he's getting a breath of fresh air, dog. But once again, I know it's a different role, but if you're frustrated and that piss you off bad enough and you just want to show people you can still play and you want to win, you'll do what the fuck you got to do.
Yeah.
And you'll show people what you got to do to win. So I know it's going to be an adjustment for him, but I think he wants to win bad enough. I think he wants to show people bad enough that he can still play. He still got some shit in the tank. He'll make the adjustments that he needs to make.
Yeah, he also said recently he wants to go back to being a better defender, which I think is important too for their team because you know
for sure.
if you get stops, that creates more
For
possessions.
sure.
So
and you
then-
get Luka and Kyrie out in transition where they can't set defense. You might as well
I mean,
cancel
it
Christmas.
was a time where Klay was one of the best two-way players.
but
in the
man,
league.
yes.
People don't know, remember that.
Yes.
Like this,
He was the best
two-way
my
players in the
storyline
league.
with this one is not about his. Like obviously he's aging, and everyone always has to have that conversation. Everyone has to take on a different role when you age, right?
yeah, that's the
And he's
norm.
had injuries to deal with. But mine is that. Mine's more. He's played in one system his entire career.
Yeah, his whole
and that
life.
system was perfectly set for those guys.
for those two. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so now he's going to, and again, I'm not saying he can't do it. I think it's gonna be interesting to see how it works
how it
because
plays out.
he's gonna go from always pitching and chase. The man had 30 points and 3 dribbles. You know what I mean? Like in a half. So that's like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm really intrigued.
Me too.
Any other storylines you guys got going into the season? Because you know we're right here, guys. I mean, this is a great time in basketball.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
What y'all gonna do?
Oh, I already told you, it's on.
Huh?
It's on.
Yeah, he got the right mentality.
It's
he got to
on.
worry
It's
about.
on?
It's on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
He healthy? He healthy?
He's healthy as they can be, man. He's ready. That team's gonna be fun to watch too. I'll be
Yeah, I
honest.
like Zach Edey.
Zach's gonna be perfect for him.
I like that.
Moves Jaren Jackson to his natural position again, where he can be who he is. Dez and
Marcus
those
Smart.
guys, like they
Marcus
got
Smart healthy.
Marcus Smart guard's the best player. Like at the end of the day, like they had a big offseason without even doing really anything besides drafting Zach Edey because everyone got healthy.
Yes.
Dez didn't play many games last year. Marcus Smart didn't play. Jaren Jackson played about 40. Like so, they have basically a whole new team without really doing anything besides drafting Zach number 9.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
like-
fun. I
yeah.
think it's gonna be fun.
I'm looking forward to
it's
watching
gonna
them
be
play
fun.
too.
It's gonna be fun. He's motivated though, man. Like he's on that. Like he's like, you know, and that's how he's always been though. So it's gonna be fun to watch.
Sleepers in the East and West.
Ooh.
Sleeper teams.
I mean, I don't know if you
Y'all
can call
opinions.
Orlando sleeper, but that's my. I think they can be.
I like their team.
That's sort of why.
I mean, I've been preaching Orlando for the last year.
What about in the West?
I love the coach. You know, obviously, I love the young talent, and I think bringing in Caldwell Pope's going to help them because they need.
How about
the only thing
yeah,
they lack.
they did get him
The only
too,
thing they
yeah.
lacked was a little bit of leadership.
A
little bit of leadership. You had a bunch of young guys that wanted to play the right way, wanted to do the right things. You got a good coach that they relate to and they listen to.
Yeah.
They need a little bit of veteran leadership.
And you know
we
this
talk
too,
about a
UD,
championship
like,
caliber veteran.
Yeah.
I
No,
think
that was an elite pickup.
Yeah,
that was a great show.
And then you put on top of it, like they all went through that 7-game series last year. Like these guys,
Yeah, facts.
like that's a huge
Experience
difference
now,
walking
yeah.
in this year.
Yes.
As long as you use that to what you like, everyone's building for the right thing. I think they're going to be really, really
Sleeper
dangerous
in the
this year.
West.
Sacramento.
Really?
DeMar DeRozan, you like that
They
one?
brought in DeMar DeRozan. I love DeMar.
Yeah.
And De'Aaron Fox, I think he turned down an extension or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved his game. And I think after they lit the beam up a couple years ago, last year was a little disappointing for them.
Mm-hmm.
They also get Malik Monk back healthy, who they lost last year
Yeah, definitely,
to some injuries towards the end of the season. So Sacramento, I think, will be. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're looking possibly to make more moves. They might not be done yet.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I like Mike Brown.
I like,
So,
Who you got?
My sleeper in the West would be
That's good.
Sacramento.
That's a good one.
I think they get in there.
It'd be good. Because the West is tough now.
I
That's a
think
good one.
a team is like one move from being contenders. I would have to probably pick New Orleans.
God, that's an interesting one too.
They're one move away. I think they need a center.
Yeah. I read some the other day that said they're playing Herb Jones at center. Was that for real?
I saw that too. I think that's a joke.
That can't be real.
No, I think that's. I
I mean,
think that
no
was fake
disrespect to
news.
Herb Jones. Hell of a defender, gritty,
yeah,
hard
he
nosed.
just- yeah, he's not a center.
That 5 is a.
He's not a center. He's not a center.
Yeah.
But I would agree with you. I like Sac. I think Phoenix is going to be better this year.
Ooh.
I think Phoenix is going to be better.
They
I
have
think,
to be.
Yeah, they ain't got no choice. But I think they're better. I think Tyus Jones helps them. I think Mason Plumlee helps them. And my sleeper in the East is definitely Orlando as well. So we on the same page here.
What you think about a healthy Heat?
The healthy Miami Heat.
Healthy,
Always got a chance.
healthy Heat.
Always got a chance. Always got a chance.
I mean, that roster's
always got a
elite.
chance. Always got a chance with
And Spo is a move.
Yeah, with Jimmy, Bam, Tyler, and Spo and Pat, you always got a chance to win.
For sure.
I'm intrigued. It's not. I don't think they're a sleeper, but I'm super, super intrigued. Second year with Ime in Houston.
Oh yes. I am too. It's gonna be interesting to see how.
Man, it's like the
team looks.
Orlando of last year. That
Yeah.
talent's in year 2 or 3 now.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys going to be real or not? I mean, Sengun, Jalen Green, Men Thompson. They just drafted Reed, Van
Yep.
Fleet.
Van Fleet,
Like,
yes.
are you guys going to be for real or not?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you're not, Jabari Smith, like they're
Yeah.
that
Work and
Orlando of last year.
Yeah,
Now,
I guess it's
with
pops.
Ime, because now defense is becoming a priority and
Yeah.
no shit's starting to sink in. Like, I'm very intrigued with seeing that. I don't know what it's going to look like, but you're going to know in 20 games.
Yeah,
You know what I
facts.
mean? Like, that one's not going to just sneak up on you.
Might know in 10.
I think when
Yeah,
we
you
got,
might know in 10. But it's good. I'm serious. Like, it's that Orlando of last year kind of like, you're going to make a decision next summer. Are we going to take that next step and try to get KCP?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's where I think they're going.
Yeah.
I hope that is because I think Ime did a great job last year with
yes, he
them.
did.
Yeah, he did.
And their talent got better, but now it's like any
Gotta
young
see.
team.
Yep.
That and who we paying?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
When you got 37 top 10 picks over there now, like who we paying?
Yeah.
Because it's literally like what OKC did the year we beat. We played them.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
James Harden, like you have to start making that decision. What's your core? What's it look like?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be interesting because all those
good
guys,
point,
and
good
plus
point.
on top of that, and that's why veteran leadership in the locker room is so important.
Yeah.
Is all those guys are gonna be talked about in trade talk 20 games in.
Yeah.
Because we didn't. Okay, if they don't extend Sengun right now, who's eligible for extension. Jalen Green's eligible for
too,
extension.
yep.
All right, so it's coming up on that deadline. If those guys don't get extended, they're going to be in trade talks all the time. Who's going to be the calming factor in that locker room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but that talent there is going to be bananas. I'm telling
listen,
you, because I love a Ben Thompson. That man is a freaking
listen.
No, he can play. He can
We
play.
didn't talk about it. OKC.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We did not talk about OKC.
I don't think they're a
Dang,
surprise no more though.
I mean, it's not a
Yeah, I don't
surprise.
think they're a
but,
sleeper no
but
more.
They made some nice additions.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no.
They made some nice
Defense-
additions.
Defensively, they're going to be
Yeah, they traded Josh
elite.
Giddey.
elite.
You know
They're
what
going
I
to be
mean?
elite.
They were already
defensively.
elite, but
I know,
they get even better now with
But
Caruso.
Lou Dort,
Yes.
like that wing defender.
And I'm telling you, Hartenstein.
Yeah, Hartenstein.
They're gonna be good, bro.
Yeah.
OKC will be.
I forgot
good,
about that.
dog. They
Yeah,
will
they're gonna be good.
good.
I mean, that would be fun to watch.
They're gonna be fun to watch.
They're gonna be fun to watch.
And this is the difference because Ime is implementing that in Houston, but you have a group of young guys that play the right way on both ends of the floor in OKC, and that's hard to get.
No doubt.
That is hard to get 22, 23, 21-year-old guys to play the right way on both ends of the floor.
They know they
Coach,
roll.
that's
They
gonna be-
figured that out with OKC.
it's going to be really, really, like, that team's going to be really, really interesting, too, because, like we just talked about with Houston, they're going to have to figure out who they're paying there, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, in OKC, too, huh?
You got Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, Shea, Caruso's probably going to get Mac. Like, okay. I know, but
none of that. I know who better get paid.
I know who
better get paid.
I know, but you
Shea and Jalen.
Oh, I know.
They better get paid.
I know.
It's only two I see go to work and don't sweat. Him and Shea. Give you 30, and they cool as a fan out there. They ain't even broke a sweat. Vic used to do that too. He's the only two go for 30 and ain't even sweating out there. Another thing, I ain't tell you though, my Nigerian brother, I did my ancestry.
Okay.
I did my ancestry.
Oh, my brother is with us, so I'm telling you.
Yes, sir. I did my ancestry. Yeah, kill
We
hallelujah. No.
Hallelujah. We are, yo, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I got to show you my afterwards,
It makes
boy.
sense, boy.
I'm all kind of Nigerian.
It
boy.
makes sense,
Hey, listen, not to get in front of this family reunion, but we got a new segment on here, the New Balance segment. We're going to show love, but it's going to challenge you guys. I'm going to ask you guys. You see that list of players up there on the screen, okay? I'm going to give you some hints, some clues, and you guys got to name which player it is. All right. First clue: born in Garland, Texas.
Born in Texas.
You know,
out of all these names,
you know, it would be funny to say Darius Garland.
I was thinking that too. But out of all these names, born in Texas,
Yep.
I know.
You want the next clue?
Jamal Murray from Canada.
You want the next clue?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Damn, I'm getting yelled at.
Born
DeJounte
in
Murray?
Texas.
Wrong.
No, I don't think he is born in Texas.
He was also the 21st pick in the 2020 NBA draft. By the way, just FYI, I got this in like
Listen,
3
man,
seconds.
I'm gonna just tell you this.
Off the record.
Darius Garland?
I'm gonna just tell you this, man.
He made his first All-Star team in the 2024 in Indy.
I'm gonna go with Nick Smith.
Next clue. He was Most Approved Player Award. He won the Most Approved Player Award.
Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
What do we got for our winners, sir? We got your new pair of New Balance.
Put these on my big toe. What size is this?
That's I don't know. Clean though.
No, that was easy. Once you said most of
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
that was
yeah,
easy.
yeah.
That
We
was
knew it
easy.
was coming. We knew
That
it was
was
coming.
easy.
We knew it was coming. Well, we appreciate that game. That was a lot of fun, guys.
Awesome.
I really
That was
appreciate that.
easy. Yeah,
We'll
that
do it
was
again
easy.
next time. Tyrese Maxey, by the way,
He
has
with New
been
Balance?
awesome. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he's
nice.
with New Balance, but I'm telling you, I'm a big fan of Tyrese Maxey.
Me too. I'm a huge fan.
That's going to be an interesting one too, man. We ain't talking about that.
Philly.
Philly.
No, listen, let me
Philly
tell you
going to be an
something.
interesting one, man.
The league is exciting.
Man.
The one piece they were missing.
I know.
Spot
I heard you
somebody
preaching
with a
on
clip.
ESPN. I heard you preaching on
missing a piece with a
ESPN.
clip.
I heard you preaching on ESPN.
Catch and shoot threes. They were 27th in the league last year. Paul George shoot the catch and shoot three at 42%.
Uh-huh.
They got a clip now.
Yep.
Now you talk about coming off a pick and roll and you got Paul George coming off to his right to a pull up. Or you can have Maxey coming off the pick and roll and throwing back to Paul George coming off to his right as you're rolling Embiid.
Yeah.
Offensively, they should be unstoppable. Now to talk about the pickup of Caleb Martin, shout out to my dog. That's going to be huge.
Man,
Yes,
what a
sir.
pickup.
Shout out,
What a
twin.
pickup. What
That's
a
going to be
pickup.
huge for them.
That's a big time
That's
pickup.
gonna be huge for them.
Shout out
Huge
to New
pickup. I
Balance.
couldn't believe he was
They are
going over
definitely making waves in the game right now. The two-way V5, the Hezi Low, and the Fresh Foam BBB2.
But once again, I read something the other day that said Embiid said he might not play back-to-backs if he had to choose for the whole year. Listen, I understand, but once again, habits. And this is the only thing that I would say with him. Are his habits good enough to get him to a championship?
Let me ask you this. Because
Are his habits good enough to get him to a championship?
I'm glad you said that. If he gets into the playoffs healthy, if he doesn't do back-to-backs, and let's say they're a top 5 seed in the East because he doesn't play. Well, if he doesn't play back-to-backs, it means he's missing 20-some games probably. They're good enough to get in there, but he gets in there healthy. Is that a championship team?
No. Because what's inside you reveals itself in the playoffs.
So what do you mean by that?
If he doesn't have the habits in the season, he's not going to have them in the playoffs.
Okay.
You think he's going to just be able to turn it on and like, okay, let me be where I'm supposed to be every time. Let me play hard every minute. No, if you ain't do it during the regular season, you're not going to be able to do it during the playoffs, no matter how hard you might try.
It's hard for me to say just because last I think maybe last year I seen him get 30 and 20 on one leg.
I understand.
Hold on,
that.
he
So
a
for
bad
me,
motherfucker.
it's like
And then guess what? And guess what?
There's not one person on this
and guess
set that
what?
loves him more though. He
And guess
loves
what?
Joel
I know,
Embiid.
And guess what?
I
And
know.
2 years before that, I watched Boston put him in every pick and roll,
Yep.
and Jason Tatum
No,
scored
no,
50.
no.
Yeah. I get
Two years
he-
before
he-
that,
he-
2 years before that, I watched,
He loves him. He does do
2
some
years
true
before
service.
that, I
Yeah.
watched Boston put him in every pick and roll, and Jason Tatum scored 50.
Nah, you're right. You're right. That's
So
it. I just
for me,
don't know.
it's not about his talent. If he had better habits, he'd be hands down the best and sliced bread in the league.
Yeah, I feel you.
But he allows people to somewhat be in the conversation because I don't think he's been his best version yet.
Okay. Ooh.
I like it. Hey,
I think he'll respond to that. I like that.
I hope he does.
I like that. He needs to
I
hear
hope
that.
he does,
I'm sure.
bro. I want to see. Listen, man. I want to see Embiid be his best version because I think the league will see something that we ain't never seen before.
That's important. That what you just said too.
I think as great as Joker is, and me and Mike had this conversation. As great as Joker is, if Embiid's healthy and he has Joker habits, I don't even know if we have a conversation about who's better.
Joker, a bad man, dog.
They both.
Let me say something.
Hey, here at the
the man had 30 and 20 on the kickstand.
No.
Man had 30 and 20 on the kickstand.
Hey, this argument right here is not even an argument in my mind because like you're gonna say 5 things that and I'm like, damn, you're right. And I'm gonna say 5 things like that.
30 and 20 on the kickstand.
I know. I also watched Joker in the finals give him 36, 19, and 11.
Hey, listen, man. I told you when we was in the finals, we knew we was in trouble when Jimmy and Bam couldn't stop Murray and Joker 2-man game. That's when I looked over at the bench. I said, we in trouble. Because usually those two can shut down any pick and roll 2-man game.
Easy.
We ain't got to worry about no help.
Easy.
When they got in that 2-man game with Joker and Murray, and we was having trouble with that.
They put it right in that window in the middle of the floor too.
I ain't tell nobody on the team. I wouldn't say no shit, but in my mind, I'm like, because that 2-man, those two triggers with them two, we don't give a who running the pick and roll. Them two got it.
They was there for sure. We don't go over that two pick and roll.
We could not stop that 2-man game, and that's when I knew we was gonna have trouble.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, Vic, before we let you go though, here at the OGs, we are the man of the people, and we got fan questions for you.
All right.
We didn't make the questions. You make the questions?
Do not DM us.
Yeah.
I like this bottom left. Let's start with that nonsense.
Ooh, he wants to start with the nonsense, UD.
Uh-oh.
You know what the nonsense is? He called it out. He said, give me the bottom left. Do you regret turning down 160
I
chicken
never
strips?
ever got offered 160 million to put. One day in the future though, I'll make sure I make the right decision.
See what I'm saying?
So
how did they come
never
up with that
happened.
then?
Where you get that from?
I mean, because when I left Indy, it was like they paint it's
What did they offer?
It's entertainment.
What did they offer?
So they offered 3 years 80. So it was this less than what I had, but pretty much about the same. And my doctors and everybody was telling me I was getting healthier, even though unfortunately my surgery wasn't done correctly. So I made that decision, thinking I was getting better. And then my first 3-4 games in Indy that year, I averaged 20. So that's why they traded me, because I averaged, and inside scoop, they knew my was up too. So, that's pretty much what happened. Never got 160. I would have took it. 160?
That's why you want to address that question.
Yeah, I would have took it. But, it is what it is. Like I said, you live and you learn. I'm a blessing coming on the back end.
That's right.
For sure.
Who is the one basketball player who had the biggest impact on your career?
The biggest.
Besides UD, you can't call him.
Oh, man.
I ain't had the biggest impact, man. That man
Dude, you're an impact coach.
I think the biggest impact would be Hakeem Olajuwon. Just because,
I didn't see that one coming, by the way.
Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that crazy? I would say because, one, he was Nigerian. My mom was a big fan of his. We've had some experiences with him as well. Had a special experience with him on draft night too. So he kind of paved the way for Nigerian players in a sense, and he kind of gave me the confidence to dream, and so he would probably be number one for me with that.
Lead answer.
That's dope.
Lead answer.
Was bad,
man. What?
Yeah, he shake the blues.
He was good.
I was like, shit.
Last question: who helped you and you most in your career? Who helped you most in your career?
Who helped me most in my career?
Coach, teammate, family member.
I would say one, Russ, just from being around him.
That's dope.
And then two, my mentor, LaRon Prophet, was a huge help in my career.
Prophet.
Y'all know
Wow.
LaRon? Y'all
Maryland.
know Prof? Yeah.
Yes.
Prof, I met Prof in Orlando. So he was like the highlight to the, all the other stuff that was going on. And he seen something special in me, and we just been close ever since. So he was big help just because, he was experienced too. He kind of went to get his thing in the league and seen things too. And he's seen some untapped potential in me, and he brought it out of me. So credit him, and I appreciate him for that too.
Hey man, I know you a singer. Mm-hmm. You're a hooper. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You watch college football.
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, we got a DraftKings
I hope you don't
segment.
watch Indiana.
Yeah, we nice.
Indiana, nice. Indiana, nice. Hey, UD. Hold up. Yeah, for a moment. If I had glass, I had to take him off. UD, you would love this coach.
Listen.
No. Hold up. I'm gonna tell you something he said. He might be. I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to. But he might be 60-some years old, right? He came from small school. Hold on. I want to tell you this funny story. He gets all these small schools, and they bring him up. They're like, "Damn, what the hell? You got him?" And he said, "All I do is win. Google me."
Yeah.
He hit him with the Google me.
I don't care about
And
that.
that's what they're rolling right now.
My nephew went there. My nephew went there. He signed to go to Indiana. Spent 2 years there. Was in the transfer portal, getting the fuck out of there.
Okay.
So I'm riding with my nephew.
Okay, nephew gets no.
Nephew, I got you.
There won't be no harm.
Nephew, I got you.
Hey, nephew. Google me.
Personal.
We don't mean no
See, y'all
harm.
ain't much know that. I told you it's a healthy hate.
Yeah. We don't mean no harm. Hey, I don't know my man's name. I apologize, coach. There, he a gangster though.
No. My nephew signed there, did 2
And if you
years
can
there.
win
Now he transferred, got in the portal, got up out of there.
not against Indiana. If you can win in Indiana, you can win anywhere.
Damn sure. Well, listen, I'm happy they winning this year because the last 2 years weren't worth a damn.
So we know that he watches college football then, because Indiana back on the map.
Yes, sir.
I don't
back.
watch Indiana since my nephew left. Thank you very much.
Check us out. We coming.
Just being honest.
Hey, the new AP polling shows Texas has the #1 team in college football. Texas is currently a plus 370 to win the national title. Ohio State plus 450, Georgia plus 500, and Oregon is plus 550. Behind them is the Miami Hurricanes at plus 6,984.
Before we even stop this, let me just ask you this: how the is Georgia plus 500 over Miami and they lost a game already?
Because Georgia's going to be in the
better league.
playoffs.
It don't
for
matter.
Sure.
Indiana kicked their ass like goddamn with an iron sheet boot. You ever seen an iron sheet boot with the hook on it? Kick in your ass. You ever get kicked in the ass with an iron sheet boot with the hook on the front? Georgia kicked their ass with an iron sheet boot. I mean, Alabama kicked their ass on TV with an iron sheet boot. And then Alabama barely beat South Carolina.
They got beat by Vandy.
Miami's undefeated.
Yeah, okay.
Undefeated.
Hey, listen. Take this up with DraftKings. Don't take it up with the kids.
DraftKings, poll people. Is y'all gonna treat us like the Hurricanes of the 80s? Is that what this is? Catholic versus convicts? Is that what this is? You think we're getting off with fatigue and everybody got more?
I love you, DraftKings. I think you guys got y'all.
That's what y'all gonna do, America? Because right now the Hurricanes undefeated. So how the is Georgia plus 500? I don't understand. Make it understand how an undefeated team is lower than a team that lost a game.
You know what?
I don't get it.
Your passion is elite, bro.
That's crazy. You gotta make it make sense.
Yep.
You gotta make it make sense.
So if it's your dollar in Vegas right now, and you see those lines, who are you picking?
None of them. Especially Ohio State. They owe us one. They stole our national championship. I remember that. Game over. Pass interference.
I will say this.
We celebrate.
I will say this, and I don't think it has anything to do with DraftKings, obviously. But I think Miami is getting on this.
Thank you, sir.
I do.
I appreciate that.
I do. Go ahead, but who are you picking?
I'll go with Texas. I like the Manning.
So you're going with the favorites.
Yeah, I'm going with the favorites. I'm gonna go with Vegas.
You're a square better, huh?
Yeah, I'm going with Vegas.
I'm going Miami.
Call it safe betting.
Matter of fact, now that I know Miami plus 900, I'm gonna go place a bet when I leave this.
Man, is that what they are? Plus 900?
I thought you said plus 900.
I said plus 9,684. But
what's Miami? Plus 650.
Oh, they're right there. They're right there.
Look at you.
They're right there.
Georgia plus 500.
I hear you.
So why is it like that? Were they in a tougher conference than you?
SEC, some dogs.
SEC is probably the toughest conference in football.
Yeah.
Okay, I will agree with that.
It's not probably, but
yeah, it is the toughest conference in football.
I mean, you at one point
still lost, Vic. Still lost. It don't matter.
Hey, Vic, I don't know how much you tune into the OGs, but one of my favorite segments that we have here, and it's taking on a sponsorship because he's so good at it, is the OG's Advice. So in honor of season 2 starting out the OG's Advice, the OG's, Jen.
Yes, sir.
He gives his OG advice on the sometimes when he's doing it, the probably why they did it is because it might sound like he might have been having a little gin. Yeah, hey, break us down before we go out of here, man. Give us some OG's advice. Brought to you by the Old G.
Yes, sir.
Brought to you by the old G. But I'm going to take this one from the young G right here. Comparison is the thief of joy. Is that how it went?
Yes, sir. 1,000%.
I've never heard that one before, but I couldn't agree with you more.
Yes, sir.
Trying to compare yourself to other people, trying to live a life that's accepted by others, that other people will value or whatever the situation will end up stealing your joy. You will never be your best version. You will never be happy. So I'm gonna take that one from Vic.
Hey,
Comparison
cheers,
is a
cheers
thief
from the
of joy.
OGs to all the
Cheers.
old G's.
Yes, sir. That gin make you sin.
Hey, listen, man, Vic, we appreciate you coming in, bro.
Of course,
for
man.
real.
Thanks for having me.
Season 2, it's underway, man. Appreciate y'all for locking
Season
in.
2.
Follow us. Keep doing it. We're gonna keep bringing out guests like Vic, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
OGs out.
Depot,
Peace and
peace.
love.